Did you know that the ordinary laurel leaf sitting in your kitchen holds within it thousands of years of victory wisdom? Today I'm going to share with you an incredible story about how a simple plant became a bridge between ancient Greek traditions and the profound depths of Buddhist philosophy. This isn't just a spice, it's a symbol that can transform your understanding of success and recognition. Stay with me until the end, and you'll discover how to apply this ancient wisdom in your modern life. Picture an ancient Olympic athlete standing on the podium with a wreath of laurel leaves crowning his head. Gold medals didn't exist back then. The laurel crown was the highest honor, a symbol of divine recognition. But where did this tradition even come from? In ancient Greece, laurel was considered the sacred tree of Apollo, the god of light and wisdom. According to legend, the nymph Daphne transformed into a laurel tree, escaping Apollo's pursuit. From that moment, laurel became a symbol of unreachable beauty, purity of intentions, and the highest achievements. Poets were crowned with laurel wreaths, which is where we get the word laureate, crowned with laurel. But how did this Greek symbol find its way into Buddhist tradition? The story began with trade routes that connected east and west. In the 1st century before Christ, caravans carried not just silk and spices, but ideas, symbols, and philosophical concepts. Laurel leaves traveled alongside merchants on the Great Silk Road. When Buddhist monks first encountered laurel crowns, they didn't simply borrow the symbol. They saw in it a profound truth that resonated with Buddhist teachings. In Buddhism, the laurel leaf took on a new, deeper meaning. It became a symbol not of external victory, but internal triumph over one's own weaknesses. The evergreen nature of laurel reminded them of the constancy of the path to enlightenment. Just as the leaf maintains its freshness year-round, so too must spiritual practice be continuous. In ancient texts of the Abhidhamma, there's mention of a parable about a monk who meditated under a laurel tree. For 7 days he battled temptations, and when he achieved enlightenment, the tree's leaves glowed with golden light. In Tibetan monasteries, laurel leaves were used in initiation ceremonies. Each leaf symbolized an obstacle overcome on the path to wisdom. Zen masters in China created a special practice called laurel contemplation. A student had to sit before a leaf and grasp its nature, simple yet perfect. There's an amazing story about monk Huineng, the 6th patriarch of Chan Buddhism. It's said that his enlightenment came when he saw a laurel leaf fall into a bowl of water, creating not the slightest ripple. But what does this mean for us today? In our modern world, we often seek external recognition, likes, praise, material rewards. Social media has turned our lives into a constant race for approval. We photograph our food, vacations, achievements, hoping for virtual laurel crowns. The Buddhist interpretation of laurel teaches us a different understanding of victory. True victory is victory over our own ego, anger, and greed. Remember the story of Buddha under the Bodhi tree? His greatest enemy wasn't an external opponent, but his own doubts and fears. The demon Mara tempted him with power, wealth, and pleasures, but Buddha remained motionless, like a laurel tree in a storm, flexible, yet unbreakable. The laurel leaf in Buddhism reminds us that every day we can achieve a small victory over ourselves. Wake up earlier, meditate, forgive a grudge. In modern neuroscience, there's a concept called neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to change. Every conscious choice literally rewires our nervous system. In Japanese Zen gardens, laurel bushes are planted as symbols of patience. The plant grows slowly but steadily, like our spiritual development. The gardener waters the laurel daily without expecting immediate results. This is how we should approach our inner growth. Monks often say, laurel doesn't rush to turn green, but never withers. This wisdom applies to any goal in life. At the Shaolin Monastery, there's an ancient laurel tree over 1,000 years old.
The monks call it the teacher of patience. How many generations has it seen? How many stories does it remember? Modern research confirms ancient wisdom. The aroma of laurel actually calms the nervous system and improves concentration. Scientists at Kyoto University discovered that laurel's essential oils activate brain areas responsible for meditative states. In Korea, Buddhist temples are decorated with laurel garlands during enlightenment celebrations. Each leaf is a prayer for inner peace.
Korean monks created a special ritual called laurel blessing. They write their negative thoughts on leaves, then burn them, releasing the past. You might ask, how can you apply this philosophy in everyday life? Start small, as Buddhism teaches. Every morning, while brewing tea with a laurel leaf, remind yourself of the day's purpose, not external achievements, but inner growth. In Thai monasteries, there's a tradition of laurel journaling. Monks record their small daily victories over themselves. This could be anything: restraining anger in traffic, helping a stranger, forgiving an old resentment. The key is conscious awareness of the moment. Try it yourself. Write down moments when you chose kindness over anger, patience over irritation. Psychologists call this gratitude practice. The brain begins noticing more positive moments when we consciously record them. The laurel leaf teaches us constancy. Unlike bright flowers that quickly wither, laurel maintains its strength from months. So too, our self-development efforts should be consistent, not monthly bursts of enthusiasm. There's a beautiful metaphor. Spiritual practice is like brewing with laurel leaf. It won't happen quickly, but the result is worth the wait. In the Chinese Chan Buddhism tradition, laurel symbolizes the middle way, balance between extremes. Not too strict with yourself, but not too lenient either, like the laurel leaf. Neither sour nor sweet, but aromatic. The great master Lin Zi said, "Be like a laurel leaf, modest in expression, but rich in content." There's a beautiful parable about a monk who carried a laurel leaf in its pocket every day. When asked why, he replied, "To remember, victory is always with me." This story teaches us we carry within ourselves everything necessary for triumph. No need to wait for external conditions or someone's permission. In the Tibetan tradition, there's a meditation called the Laurel Mandala. The practitioner imagines himself at the center of a circle of laurel leaves, each representing one of his qualities: courage, compassion, wisdom, patience. All these qualities already exist within us. We just need to cultivate them. In our modern world of stress and rush, the laurel leaf can become your reminder of the importance of inner peace. Place a laurel leaf on your desk. Let its aroma remind you to take pauses and breathe deeply. Office workers in Japan practice laurel breaks, 5-minute meditations with laurel's aroma to reduce stress. Buddhist teachers say laurel conquers not by force, but by constancy. So too can we overcome difficulties not through struggle, but through patience. In meditative practices, the laurel leaf is used as an object of concentration. Its complex shape helps calm the restless mind. Try this simple practice. Take a laurel leaf, examine its veins, inhale its aroma. 5 minutes of such meditation equals an hour of rest. In the Mongolian Buddhist tradition, laurel is called the leaf of clarity. Monks chew it before making important decisions. Scientific research shows that active compounds in laurel actually improve cognitive functions and mental clarity. In the Buddhist calendar, there's a holiday called the Laurel Leaf Day, when monks share stories about overcoming internal obstacles. Every story begins the same way. I thought the enemy was outside, but found him within, and ends, the laurel crown was waiting in my own heart. One such story tells of a young monk who envied others' success. He thought he was undervalued, that others received undeserved recognition. The master gave him a laurel leaf and said, "Meditate on it for a month." After a month, the young man understood his envy was the only obstacle on his path. This philosophy is especially relevant for us living in the age of social media and constant comparison with others. Instagram and Facebook have turned our lives into a competition. We compare our everyday life with others' celebrations, our problems with others' successes.
The laurel leaf reminds us, the only comparison that matters is you yesterday and you today. In Tibetan medicine, laurel is considered a plant that strengthens the warrior's spirit. But the warrior here is one who battles his own illusions. The illusion that happiness is somewhere in the future. The illusion that we're missing something. The illusion that others are better than us. Modern psychologists confirm people practicing the philosophy of inner victory show greater resilience to stress. A Harvard University study showed people keeping gratitude journals are 25% happier than those who don't. In the Ayurvedic tradition, laurel is called the plant of inner fire. It ignites digestion, not only in the stomach, but in the soul. Digesting emotions, processing experiences, assimilating life lessons, all this requires inner fire. There's a beautiful meditation with laurel leaf. Hold the leaf in your hands, feel its texture. Imagine its strength flowing into you. Visualize how the green energy of laurel fills your heart with calmness and confidence. In Bhutanese monasteries, monks create mandalas from laurel leaves. The process of creation is more important than the result. It teaches patience and concentration. After completing the mandala, they destroy it, reminding us of the impermanence of all existence. The beauty of the moment is more important than eternal possession. Modern quantum physics confirms the Buddhist principle of interconnectedness. Everything in the world is connected, including us and plants. When we use laurel leaf with gratitude, we participate in an ancient dialogue between human and nature. In mindfulness practice, the laurel leaf can become an anchor for returning to the present moment. Feeling stressed? Smell a laurel leaf. Its aroma instantly returns you to the here and now. In Zen monasteries, there's an expression: the laurel leaf doesn't rush to become a rose. Every being is perfect in its own nature. We often suffer trying to become someone else. The laurel leaf teaches us to accept ourselves as we are. In the Korean Zen Buddhist tradition, they practice laurel breathing, a special technique where you inhale laurel's aroma for 8 counts. This practice activates the parasympathetic nervous system, responsible for relaxation and restoration. Friends, the laurel leaf isn't just a spice, it's ancient wisdom in the palm of your hand. Start your journey of inner victory today. Hit that like button if this story inspired you. Subscribe to the channel for more discoveries of ancient wisdom. And in the comments, share your most important inner victory. Remember, every day is a new chance to wear the laurel crown of your own heart.